What is up, Algebra 2? This is lesson 83. Our objective is how do you work with variables and the exponents. We've been working with variables down the denominator or in the bases and on numerators, but we haven't worked with them in the exponents. So before we move on to working with those, we just need to remember three rules of exponents that we've already gone over previously in this year, but I figured we better go quick reminder over these. If you have two numbers or variables of the same base and they're multiplying, so like x to the a times x to the b, so the bases are the same, then what you do is you just add those exponents. And that kind of makes sense if you're like x squared times x cubed, that's x times x, that's x squared, times x times x times x, that's the x cubed. So notice there's 5 of those, it's going to be the same thing as x to the 2 plus 3, which is x to the 5th. Okay, so it kind of makes sense. Next one is if they're dividing, you take the top exponent, and subtract the bottom exponent, or x to the a over x to the b. It's going to be x to the a minus b. It's kind of similar to this one, except for it's subtraction instead of addition. And again, that kind of makes sense, because if you had x cubed over x squared, that'd be x times x times x over x times x. 2 of those would reduce and just leave you with x, which is really the same thing as saying x to the 3 minus 2, which is x to the first, or just x. And then the last one is if you have x to the a raised to the bth power, then it's just you multiply those two. Again, kind of makes sense, because if you had x squared, no, I'm going to say x cubed squared, gives you x cubed times x cubed, which is the same thing as, well, x to the, using this rule, 3 plus 3, which is x to the 6th. Which, of course, is the same thing as x to the 2 times 3, or 3 times 2, which is equal to x to the 6th. Alright, so let's use those on some examples here with variables and the exponents. Example 83.1 just says simplify, so we're not trying to solve anything, so we're still going to have variables and things in the answers. So don't forget about that. We just need to simplify this, which means we need to kind of like combine those like terms. So notice that all those rules that we talked about are only applied to ones with the same base. So notice this one and this one have the same base, and then these ones and this one have the same base. So I'm going to kind of rearrange this here. I'm going to say x to the a times x to the a over 2 times y to the 2x times y to the 3x over 4. So I'm going to look at these two. Since those two have the same base, I need to add a plus a over 2. So multiply this by 2 over 2. It's going to give me 2a over 2 plus a over 2, which is going to give me 3a over 2. So this is going to come out to be x to the 3a over 2 times multiplying these two, which means I need to add those two exponents, 2x plus 3x over 4. So to get that one to be over 4, I'm going to multiply this by 4 over 4. So it's going to be 8x over 4 plus 3x over 4. Well, 8 plus 3 is 11, so this is 11x over 4, so it's going to be times y. It's 11x over 4. If you wanted, you could kind of write it without this multiplication sign there in the middle. Alright, same basic idea over here. So we're going to combine those two together and these two together, because those are the ones that have the same bases. So I need to say, remember, we take the exponent of the top one minus the exponent of the bottom one. So for those x's, I'm going to say a minus 2 minus a over 2. So this is going to be a minus 2 minus a over 2. Try to combine this one and this one together. I'm going to multiply this by 2 over 2. So it's going to be 2a over 2 minus a over 2 minus 2. Those parts can combine. 2a minus an a is just 1a. So a over 2 minus 2. So this thing comes out to be x to the a over 2 minus 2. Y, and we need to calculate those exponents here. So I need to say this one minus this one. So a plus 4 minus 2a is going to be a plus 4 minus 2a. It's going to be negative a plus 4, or you could say 4 minus a. Doesn't really matter. I'm going to go with the 4 minus a just to mix it up a little bit. So that'd be that one simplified down. Alright, this is example A3.3. This makes me think of that x to the a to the bth power is the same thing as x to the ab. So I need to multiply this and this. So let's see here. 2 times a plus 2 is the same thing as 2a plus 4. This is going to be x to the 2a plus 4. And last but not least, this part right here is going to be x to the ab, because remember those multiply. And then this part here is going to be y to the, remember this and this is multiplied, so it's going to be a times b plus 2. It's going to be ab plus 2a. All over x to the negative a. Since it has a negative exponent, I want to pull that up. So this is going to be xab times x to the a times y to the ab plus 2a. Let's work with those two. So I add exponents, so it's going to be x to the ab plus a, y to the ab plus 2a. Alright, your practice or your homework is there on page 329. You can do the practice set, number 7, number 8, number 11, number 12, and then 3 more of your choice. Good luck, guys.